Alhamdulillah, and peace and blessings be upon him. My beloved brothers and sisters, allow me to begin with a truth that is simple yet has the power to reshape your entire existence. The way you navigate your mornings determines the very trajectory of your life. How you rise, the habits you engage in during those first moments, the decisions you make before the world fully awakens, all of this sets the rhythm for everything that follows. A morning steeped in light illuminates your entire day. But a morning lost in heedlessness weighs the day down with heaviness and unfulfilled potential. Pause and reflect. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordain Salah as the very first act of worship in our daily rhythm? Why was prayer, an act of humility, surrender, and devotion, chosen to open our day? Because the morning is the cornerstone upon which the rest of the day is built. A building cannot endure without a firm foundation. Likewise, your life cannot remain steadfast without a morning rooted in strength. When the believer rises to the sound of the adhan, leaves their sleep for Fajr, performs wuju, and stands before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, placing their forehead upon the ground in sujud, this is far more than ritual. It is a proclamation for the day ahead. It is a declaration that whispers, "Ya Allah, this day is yours. My hours, my existence, my very breath belong to you." And Subhanallah, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, informed us that the barakah of this Ummah lies in the early hours. If you seek productivity, if you long for success, if your heart yearns for tranquility, anchor yourself in the morning. Yet many of us, my beloved brothers and sisters, fall into a quiet but powerful deception. Our mornings begin not with gratitude, but with glowing screens. Before we have even uttered Alhamdulillah for another breath, we have already submerged our hearts in comparison, anxiety, and noise. Then we wonder, why is peace so elusive? Why does emptiness linger? Why does the day feel so burdensome? The answer is plain. You entrusted your morning to the junior instead of surrendering it to Allah. Now picture another dawn. You awaken before sunrise. The world is still. Souls are wrapped in sleep. You lift your hands in supplication and speak softly to your Creator, "Ya Allah, thank you for calling me back from the sleep that resembles death. With you, I begin this day." You pray Fajr. You open the Quran. Even a few verses, if they touch your heart, transform the air around you. That morning is no longer ordinary. It is wrapped in angelic presence, draped in tranquility, illuminated by a light that will accompany you through every hour ahead. The Quran itself declares, indeed, the recitation of the Quran at Fajr is ever witnessed, Surah Al-Isra, 17 hours 78 minutes. Who bears witness? The angels of Allah. They record. They encircle. They supplicate on your behalf. So when you begin your morning with the words of your Lord at Fajr time, you are never alone. The heavens themselves are intertwined with your day. Consider it like sowing a seed. The morning is the soil. If you plant within it Salah, the Quran, and the remembrance of Allah, you will harvest peace, success, and guidance as the day unfolds. But if you sow negligence, sleeping through Fajr, rushing through your start, chasing the world before you've greeted your Creator, then your harvest will be stress, regret, and an aching void. And brothers and sisters, let us also remember, the morning is not only about prayer, but about presence. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, would begin his day with dua, asking Allah to bless his time, his household, and his provision. He taught us phrases so light on the tongue yet so heavy in the scales, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. These words shield us, fortify us, and anchor our hearts for the entirety of the day. If we truly grasped their worth, we would never allow them to slip from our lips. Yet here is the painful truth. So many of us are letting our mornings slip away. We stay bound to the night, entertainment, gossip, endless scrolling, until Fajr arrives and finds us too exhausted, too lethargic, too indifferent to rise. We soothe ourselves with the promise, tomorrow I'll do better. But tomorrow comes, and the pattern repeats. And gradually, the barakah in our lives is drained, drop by drop. My beloved brothers and sisters, I say this only out of love. If you long to transform your life, begin with your mornings. Cultivate the habit of sleeping early. Elevate Fajr to a non-negotiable priority. Even if it pulls against your nature at first, persist, because the sweetness of a morning spent in the company of Allah cannot be compared to the hollow emptiness of a morning handed over to the junior. Know with certainty, success, in this world and the next, is never accidental. It is carved through discipline, shaped by consistency, and sealed by connecting your heart to Allah at the very threshold of your day. Awaken with intention. Awaken with the Quran. Awaken with Salah. And you will witness how your mornings begin to shape your destiny. My beloved brothers and sisters, now that we have understood the profound weight of beginning your day with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let us turn to the habits that transform a morning into a vessel of barakah. Knowing the value of the morning is not enough. You must inhabit it. You must practice it. You must guard it. Because to lose your morning is to lose your peace, and to protect your morning is to protect your very life. Let us reflect deeply on several habits that every believer should strive to weave into the fabric of their dawn. Discipline and order. One of the most vital habits of the morning is discipline. Islam itself is a structure built upon it. Consider the 5 daily prayers, fixed in time, not subject to whim. Fasting, with its precise beginning and end. Hajj, confined to appointed days. Why? Because discipline trains the soul to obey even when obedience is inconvenient. Waking up for Fajr is, for many of us, the first act of discipline in the day. When the alarm cries out, your nafs whispers, stay. Just a little longer. But your iman calls, rise. Allah is calling you. In that moment, you choose discipline over comfort. And that single choice sets the tone for everything that follows. If you can conquer the battle of your bed in the morning, you can face the battles of your life. Gratitude at sunrise. Another beautiful practice is to greet the day with shukr, gratitude. The moment your eyes open, before your feet touch the floor, your tongue can lead the way, alhamdulillah. All praise belongs to Allah, who restored us to life after granting us death, and to Him is the final return. Why gratitude? Because it reorients the heart. It reminds you that your very existence is a gift. That breath you just drew in, you did not purchase it. You did not earn it. Allah bestowed it upon you. And when you begin your morning by acknowledging His favor, He increases His blessings upon you. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, whoever wakes up secure in his home, healthy in his body, and with provision for his day, it is as if the entire world has been gathered for him. Subhanallah. We chase the dunya relentlessly, and yet, every single morning, Allah has already placed before us the treasures of life itself, safety, health, sustenance. If only we could truly see. Quran in the morning. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the most profound secrets of a blessed morning is the Book of Allah. Allah Himself declares, indeed, the recitation of the Quran at Fajr is ever witnessed. 17 hours 78 minutes, this is why the righteous, the scholars, the saints, the sincere, throughout the centuries have accorded special reverence to the Quran at dawn. Even if it is only one page, even if it is only a handful of verses, let it be consistent. Because what you feed your soul in the morning will echo through every hour that follows. Picture 2 people. One awakens and immediately reaches for social media, news, chatter, distraction. His heart fills with static. The other opens the Quran. His heart fills with radiance. Which of them do you believe will walk through the day with greater peace, sharper clarity, and deeper barakah? Time management. The early morning is golden. Your mind is uncluttered. Your body is rested. Your heart is still tender. If you squander these hours, you are discarding the finest portion of your day. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, made supplication, O Allah, bless my Ummah in their early mornings. This blessing applies to your work, your studies, your projects, your responsibilities. Do them early. Do not postpone until the sun is high and the day is frayed. Yet many of us have inverted the natural order. We remain awake late, wasting the night, then sleep through the hours of blessing. But those who attained the greatest success in dunya and akhirah were those who cherished the early morning. They labored, they planned, they accomplished during these sacred hours. So one of the most transformative habits you can adopt is to organize your life around your salah, especially Fajr. Schedule your tasks after it. Write your to-do list. Focus on what truly matters. And you will find that Allah places barakah in your time. Morning and dua. Another priceless habit is to immerse yourself in the remembrance of Allah at dawn. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us the adhkar as sabah, the morning remembrances. These are not mere words. They are shields. They guard you from harm. They bring serenity to your heart. They draw down blessings. If you make it a practice to recite them each morning, you will move through your day wrapped in an armor that protects you from despair, from anxiety, from the whisperings of shaitan. My beloved brothers and sisters, mornings are sacred. They are gifts. If you discipline yourself, if you saturate them with Quran, with gratitude, with dhikr, with purposeful action, your life will be remade. You will notice more peace, more energy, more clarity, more barakah. But if you waste your mornings, you waste your life. This is the reality. So guard them. Treasure them. Make them the most beautiful part of your day. Because truly, your mornings decide your life. My beloved brothers and sisters, if mornings are such a treasure, then the greatest calamity is to neglect them. Many of us do not realize that the way we treat our mornings is a mirror of our priorities. Reflect for a moment. How often do we remain awake late into the night, pouring hours into that which holds no weight, only to sleep through the call of Fajr? How often do we open our eyes to find the sun already high, scrambling through the day with no peace, no focus, no blessing? This neglect is not merely the loss of a prayer. It is the loss of life itself. The loss of salah. The most grievous consequence of neglecting the morning is the loss of Salat al-Fajr. This is the prayer the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, described as better than the world and everything within it. Subhanallah. And yet, how many trade this treasure for a few additional moments of sleep? When you miss Fajr, you are not merely missing a prayer. You are missing protection. You are missing light. You are missing guidance. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, whoever prays Fajr is under the protection of Allah. Imagine beginning your day shielded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. And imagine the alternative, stepping into the world without that shelter, simply because you preferred sleep over submission. My beloved brothers and sisters, Fajr is not only an obligation. It is a gift. And to neglect it is to cast aside a treasure chest placed before you every single morning. The loss of barakah in time. Neglecting the morning also strips you of barakah in your time. Have you noticed that when you wake late, the entire day feels abbreviated, chaotic, unproductive? You attempt much yet accomplish little. But when you rise early, even with the same number of hours, you achieve more, with less strain, and with greater tranquility. That is barakah. It is not about the quantity of hours, but the quality of blessing Allah deposits within them. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, supplicated for his Ummah, O Allah, bless my nation in their early mornings. Yet so many of us abandon that blessing by remaining asleep. The loss of mental and spiritual peace. Neglecting the morning wounds the heart and scatters the mind. When you begin your day late, you start with guilt, with hurry, with a sense of already being behind. Your thoughts are fragmented, your spirit is burdened. Contrast this with the stillness of one who prays Fajr, recites Quran, makes dhikr, and only then turns to the world. Their mind is lucid. Their heart is light. Their body is energized. One begins the day chasing the dunya. The other begins the day with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The distance between them is the distance between peace and chaos. The loss of opportunities. My beloved brothers and sisters, life is woven from opportunities. Every morning is a door opening onto new chances, new blessings, new beginnings. But when you waste the morning, you close that door before it has fully opened. How many ideas, how many goals, how many acts of worship, how many precious moments with family have slipped away simply because the morning was squandered? How many opportunities never materialized because the servant was asleep while Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had inscribed something beautiful for them? Time does not wait. Opportunity does not knock twice. If you neglect the morning, you may lose treasures that will never return. The loss of discipline. When you neglect your mornings, you train your soul to love laziness. And laziness is the enemy of faith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, sought refuge from it. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from incapacity and laziness. Why? Because laziness corrodes both your dunya and your akhirah. A believer is called to live with purpose, with drive, with energy. But if your morning begins in neglect, the rest of the day often follows suit. Soon, it becomes a pattern. Days bleed into weeks, weeks into months, months into years of untapped potential. And then, one day, you look back and realize that your life slipped through your fingers, not because you lacked time, but because you failed to value your mornings. A wake-up call. My beloved brothers and sisters, neglecting the morning is a silent thief. It steals your salah. It steals your time. It steals your peace. It steals your opportunities. It steals your discipline. And the most dangerous part is that it steals quietly. You may not even notice until years have passed. That is why the scholars would say, whoever loses the morning has lost the day. And whoever loses the day has lost their life. So ask yourself, with complete honesty, how are you treating your mornings? Are you guarding them as precious trusts? Or are you casting them aside carelessly? The good news is that it is never too late to begin again. Even if you have neglected your mornings for years, you can start today. Rise for Fajr. Recite Quran. Make dhikr. Plan your day. Protect your mornings. And you will witness how your life transforms. My beloved brothers and sisters, do not let your mornings slip away unnoticed. Protect them. Value them. Make them the most precious part of your day. Because truly, your morning will decide your life. My beloved brothers and sisters, we have reflected upon the value of mornings, the habits that summon barakah, and the dangers of neglect. But now, let us turn our gaze toward the beauty, the power, the transformation that unfolds when your morning is anchored in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This connection is not limited to a single prayer or a single act. It is about beginning your day upon the foundation of faith, gratitude, and purpose. And when you do, the effects ripple outward, across your dunya and into your akhirah. A morning that brings light to your day. When you commence your morning with Allah, your entire day radiates with light. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares in the Quran, "Is he who was dead and to whom we gave life, and made for him a light by which he walks among people, like one who is in darkness, never to emerge therefrom?" Surah Al-An'am, 6:122. This light is not merely physical. It is the illumination of clarity in your mind, serenity in your heart, and guidance in your decisions. Have you observed how some individuals encounter the same trials as everyone else, yet they remain composed, patient, filled with hope? That is the light of a morning connected to Allah. They face hardships, yet they walk with radiance. Others panic, they remain steady. Others complain, they remain grateful. This is the difference that dawns when your morning begins with your Creator. A morning that multiplies your barakah. My beloved brothers and sisters, when your morning is intertwined with Allah, you will encounter blessings in places you never anticipated. Your health improves because your body aligns with the natural rhythm Allah designed. Your work becomes smoother because Allah places barakah in your time. Your relationships deepen because your heart is more patient, more gentle. Even your provision increases because you begin your day with honesty, with integrity, with gratitude. The early morning hours are not empty of blessing. That barakah is real. It means you may achieve in 1 hour of the morning what others cannot accomplish in an entire day. A morning that strengthens your iman. Every morning, you are granted a choice, to nourish your soul or to starve it. When you awaken and immediately turn to the Quran, or bow in supplication, or whisper Subhan Allah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, you are feeding your soul. You are fortifying your iman. And that iman becomes your armor throughout the day. But if you wake and your hand reaches first for your phone, your inbox, your worries, your heart grows restless before the day has even begun. My beloved brothers and sisters, a morning connected to Allah is like recharging your heart with faith. Just as your phone cannot sustain the day without power, your iman cannot endure the trials of life without being renewed each morning. A morning that prepares you for the akhirah. This dunya is fleeting. Every morning you awaken is a reminder that one morning you will not. One day, your eyes will close for the final time. One day, your morning will be in the grave. That is why a morning connected to Allah is so profound. It reminds you of your purpose. It trains you to live not only for today, but for eternity. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, frequently remember the destroyer of pleasures, death. Each morning you rise, you have been given another opportunity to prepare. Another chance to repent. Another day to plant seeds for Jannah. So when you begin your morning with Salah, with Quran, with Dhikr, you are not merely arranging your dunya. You are investing in your akhirah. A morning that transforms your perspective. A morning spent with Allah reshapes how you see life itself. Suddenly, your difficulties appear smaller because you have placed them before the one who is greater than all of them. Your goals become clearer because you have aligned them with His pleasure. Imagine a person who wakes, prays Fajr, makes dua, recites Quran, and steps into the day saying, "Ya Allah, guide me. Protect me. Bless me." Now imagine another person who wakes late, misses Salah, stumbles through the morning, and begins the day already heavy with stress and regret. Which of them will live with more peace, more success, more contentment? My beloved brothers and sisters, a morning connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the secret to a life of serenity, clarity, and blessing. It transforms your dunya by making you focused, productive, and grateful. And it transforms your akhirah by filling your record with Salah, with Quran, with sincerity. So ask yourself now, what kind of morning do I choose to live? And remember, your answer to that question is the answer to how you will live your entire life.